Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Sorry it's been a little bit. Life's been happening. Things have been stressful. But you know the deal. You read the title, you saw the thumbnail. Today we're taking a look at the Meng-Qi Wingie2. It's a beautiful stereo resonator with a couple different modes, MIDI and audio input. It's incredibly simple but beautiful, and it is really cheap and fun as hell. So let's take a look at it here. All right, so let's take a look at the Wingie here and just kind of go over how it works and, play with some of the concepts here. So let's start off. What is a resonator? So a resonator, think of it like a tube or any piece of metal or a long piece of wood or, any instrument that resonates. A digital resonator is going to kind of apply those characteristics to any sound coming in or any sound that it hears. So what it's going to kind of do is hype certain frequencies and kind of ring them out. It's very nice. It gives you a very kind of a smooth and atmospheric sound. And the Wingie2 is equipped with 2 stereo microphones, and if you want to just select microphone right up here on the input selector and then turn up the volume, these microphones are incredibly sensitive. So even like just pressing these notes kind of. And then we can switch octaves with these guys. You see, even just touching these, makes this instrument resonate. We can turn up the decay of our resonator and you'll start to hear, it's even picking up my voice from right here on the table. You hear that? See? So we could go like, if you couldn't hear my horrible voice, that might have sounded really cool. And it might have sounded, especially on key to the keys I was pushing. So, that's pretty unique and nifty, but I kind of like this little typing on my computer keyboard here, just going into this. Check this out. You hear that? These microphones are very sensitive. Very sensitive. And when they distort like that, it really gives you a nice kind of clippy sort of character on top of that resonator sound. So I'm kind of a big fan of that. Just what just straight out of the box, using these stereo microphones to create little sounds. You will notice that you got 2 keyboards here, right? The top one's gonna control the right stereo field, and the bottom one's gonna control the left stereo field. And then of course, the microphones are gonna right, left, right, left. I hope you guys can figure that one out on your own, but you know what? We'll cover it just in case. So moving right on along, you've got, your left octave and your right octave. These are pretty, pretty, Pretty self-explanatory there, but you know, they're very fun. Right underneath your octave switchers, you've got these 2 mode buttons. Now, the Wingie 2 has 4 modes, and if we flip it over here, we can kind of see that the explanation of all of the modes and controls is on the back here in English and Chinese, and that's very nifty if you speak Chinese or English. So we can see that there's a white mode, a yellow mode, a red mode, and purple mode. White is polyphonic, yellow is string, red is bar, purple is cave. And then we've got, you know, a few different, you know, controls here for these types of things. Notably, though, something that is very interesting to keep aware of here is the polyphonic, the octave switchers affect the next note, where on the string and bar modes, it is an instant octaving effect. Okay, so let's real quick take a look at these modes here, right? So let's go down to string. It's kind of like a plucked string. Instant octave switching there. And then if we go down to bar, you know, very metal, resonancy, right? And then we can go down to cave. Now, cave is kind of interesting. It works very interestingly. I'm not entirely sure, because there's this little thing here on the back that says like unmute all and then add, subtract, solid keys tuning. But I'm not having much of a noticeable effect. Okay, well, very much like a real life cave, this cave will be slightly mysterious, but in my opinion, this polyphonic mode and the string and bar mode are far worth the cost of admission. You can also plug a MIDI controller up to this guy and, you know, just play a MIDI however you like. An interesting trick me and my coworker found is that if you multiply a gate or an envelope signal, you can just fire it straight into the resonator and trigger it. It's very nice, and then you can sort of get arpeggios and different sort of patterns to just fly in there. Let's give it a shot. Okie doke. Now, something that's critical to making this work, and something that you're absolutely going to want in your arsenal here, is one of these bad boys. This is a Hozo YMM261, I believe is the number. And all it does is it breaks out your left and right channel from a stereo TRS signal. Now, this is cool because what it means we can do here is plug this gate out of this Arturia key step and additionally plug this gate out of that stacked multiple thing that we just did here. And then we can plug one side in here and one side in here. So now what we are effectively doing is sending the same gate signal to both sides of this stereo TRS plug, so that when we stick it in the Meng-Qi Wingie there, we can now send a gate signal in through the line input. And it's going to be a little clicky there, and that is because it's a gate signal. It's gating on and off. If we wanted to kind of smooth that out, we could use an envelope, but I'm not going to do that right now. Another kind of interesting thing that I noticed is that Resonator 1 is on MIDI channel 1, Resonator 2 is on MIDI channel 2, and you can really easily kind of switch between them. And that's kind of nice. But if you're sitting here just talking and making noise like I am, I noticed that what you can do is blow on these little microphones and you can get a really nice little tone here. Let's take a look. And if you're like me and you're a smoker, you get really out of breath and a little dizzy when you do that, you know? This is just an adorable little piece of electronic music technology here. Meng-Qi has been doing amazing work for their entire career. You really need to tune in to them and all of the amazing devices and instruments that they've been making, because they're all absolutely fun on a bun, usable as heck, and most of them are incredibly affordable when you look at the feature set that they provide. So put that dude on your radar. Okay, cool. I just want to put a bunch of stuff through this thing. And you know what, friends? That's a quick look at the Meng-Qi Wingie2